for the first time this season from Jadwin Gymnasium, we have a taste of wrestling duels action as the Princeton Tigers are returning from a busy weekend of action and are set to host Big Ten foe Northwestern. Last week, the Tigers had 3 dual meets. This weekend, just one, but a key one against a power foe as Adam Dobrovolsky and Quincy Monday here. Quincy, a case for these Tigers. They were busy last week in a heartbreaking loss to Pitt, but a win against App State before a loss against West Virginia. Now Northwestern, another quality opponent, team that's had several in recent years go to the NCAA tournament. Should be a fun one coming up here.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited to be on the call today for the Princeton home opener. I definitely think it's going to be a good matchup today. Young teams, and I get to see some more experience as these kids on the Princeton team get a little bit older. So definitely looking forward to these matchups.
And we take a look at the probables for today's matchup, and there's a lot that could be up in the air for these teams. Sean Spidle's had an excellent career at Central Michigan. Now he's a Northwestern Wildcat. And Ethan Rivera, who's had U20 experience for Puerto Rico internationally, he's going to have an interesting matchup. August Hibbler gets the call over Sam Cartella at 149. Eli Rivera, he's ranked by Intermat at 149. For the heavier side of these 10 matchups, well, there's going to be a key matchup at 184. J.D. Perez, an undefeated NAIA national champion last year, now with Northwestern against a ranked Cole Mulhauser, and what could be a big one at heavyweight between Gabe Christensen, who spent time at heavyweight with Virginia, and Sebastian Garibaldi. It's going to be a fun one here from top to bottom.
Yeah, absolutely. Some fun matchups to look forward to, so can't wait to get into it.
And we will get into it at 125. Speaking of 125, well, Joe Dubuque, he's had a ton of success in his wrestling career at that weight, and then as an assistant coach here at Princeton, helped to lead Pat Glory to a national championship. It's now his 3rd season as head coach, and then assistant coaches Cody Brewer, Anthony Ashnault, Ryan Wolf. This is a very experienced group of coaches for Princeton.
Absolutely, and Dubuque was very intentional about the staff he was bringing together, and I think he feels that he's got his guys and he's ready to lead this team. And the season theme this year for Princeton is big trust, and I think they want the wrestlers to not ask any questions and just buy in and then trust in the coaches. And so let's see what they got.
Well, someone that you certainly can put your trust in on the mat is at 125, and Marc Anthony McGowan. He's going to be going up against Dedrick Navarro. Navarro, a redshirt sophomore from Nampa, Idaho, 3-2 on the season. But McGowan, he is nationally ranked according to Intermat at number 18, and he is someone who he turns on the pedal and goes right at it.
Absolutely. He's so fast with his attacks, and he's so quick to the angle. And so I'd definitely like to see him get after it and get some attacks off early.
It's going to begin with a tie up high. 5-2 this season for McGowan, but both of those losses against ranked opponents.
Right,
and look at that.
So fast.
And that's the thing you have to keep an eye on for Navarro. You get a chance to get around the back. It's a quick 3, and then McGowan, he's going to let it go. And the expectation here is if he feels comfortable, he's fine with cutting loose and then going right back at it for another shot.
Yeah, he's very comfortable on his feet and loves to keep the action going, get to his attacks. So up 3-1.
And again with the tie up high, he so far in his 5 wins has scored 82 points, but in his 2 defeats, it was all about slowing down McGowan. He didn't score in either one of those losses. Again, ranked opponents, but
wow, right back to that shot.
Goes again.
So nice. And that's when McGowan, I think, is really dangerous, when he's pressing the pace and he's really being offensive. And like you said, he put up a lot of points in his victories, but in those losses, they were pretty slow matches. And so I think he just needs to keep trying to score points and being offensive.
And that's kind of the challenge when you have those top matchups is, okay, you don't want to get too aggressive, leave yourself exposed to a shot. But McGowan, again, when he can get the engine revving, he's going to go at 100 miles an hour. So he's up 6-1, maybe trying to work a body here to try to get a tilt. But for now, it stays 6-1. An NCAA tournament participant last year after being the first ever Ivy League tournament champion at 125 last year. The first year we had it here at Dillon Gym. It was a unbelievable scene for that Sunday afternoon.
1 minute.
And after the escape by Navarro, it is 6-2.
I'll be interested to see if McGowan goes for another takedown to end the period here.
He has plenty of time. He's moved the riding time just north of a minute As you can see at the top of your screen, 1 minute, 2 seconds. And he's pretty much to a knee right now as Navarro doesn't see any opening to try to go for a shot. Now a quick explosion there.
Yeah, and you can see Navarro trying to kind of close the distance, but Marc Anthony's so quick with the level changes and the fakes. It's hard to really get inside, get to the inside controls.
McGowan from Tampa, but he competed at the prep level here in the Garden State with Blair Academy, was a 3-time prep champion. Took a gap year, and then last year, right around Midlands, got his toes in the water, had to deal with some injuries, stuck with it again, won the Ivy League, made the NCAA tournament. He's off to a 6-2 lead here, and he's set the early scene, but it's going to be interesting to see the choice here in period number 2. And we'll go to Navarro on top. First chance to see if Navarro can get something going, but 2 takedowns by Marc Anthony McGowan in the opening 3 minutes. As it will begin again with McGowan quickly getting out. And that's the thing, Quincy, as you know, competing at an All-America level, you have to have not just the ability to turn the pace up when you're on your feet, but a lot of times what's happening on the mat, whether you're down or with the advantage, that can flip the match anytime.
Absolutely. And I think for a lot of wrestlers coming into college, mat wrestling is where they need to put the most work in, because guys in college are stingy on top. They're looking to turn, and they're not giving away any free escapes. And so you definitely have to work at it.
And certainly when you're so dominant at the high school level, you don't get the reps.
Yeah, exactly, for sure. I definitely agree with that.
Here it's 7-2 after McGowan's very quick escape, only about 4 seconds, but it was just enough to flip it under a minute of riding time advantage. So he's going to perhaps look for another takedown. Bonus points, obviously a key today. You did see that Northwestern not likely to have someone go at 165. That could be a key factor here, but for Princeton, the bonus points key. They were leading 19-9 in their dual opener at Pitt, and then it was at 197, a tech fall, a pin at heavyweight. Quickly flip that one around. Princeton, though, may be in position to think about the bonus as a takedown here. Quincy, does Marc Anthony try to go for some back points here, or will he cut it loose and maybe start to think about getting that advantage to 15?
Yeah, I think ride out the rest of this period, 20 seconds left, short time, and then really turn it on in the third period. Try to work for a tech fall or pin. Like you said, bonus will be very important in this duel.
And with that short time, starting to head to all zeros, that riding time advantage, if it stays here without the point for Navarro, right around the 136 mark, you're thinking maybe you have that point potentially in your pocket.
And it's really an interesting dynamic when you start thinking about bonus points and then a dual format, because for the kid that might be losing, then he starts thinking in his mind, okay, I can't give up too many bonus points. So you might start seeing Navarro wrestle a little more conservatively, trying to keep the score a little closer. So we'll see how this third period plays out.
May start to try to drag things out. He does have a stall to give as you look at the third takedown for McGowan, and he's just so quick to rip around you and control the hips.
Yeah, he's been doing a great job of attacking the angles this match. Quick escape.
So the riding time is at 141 again. That is a factor potentially here. If it stays on the feet throughout, it would be the riding time point to move back to a major decision for McGowan, but he's looking for a fourth takedown.
Yeah, seatbelt position. Gonna power it over. You see Dubuque fired up in the corner. Maybe coaching Marc Anthony look for some back points. Oh, he's looking to suck back here. Wow, he's got it.
Yeah, he might be trying to get 6 for Princeton.
See the Princeton bench fired up.
Navarro's still able to protect for now the right shoulder, but McGowan trying to use the leverage.
A lot of time left. That's a big way to start the duel with a fall. You can get this. Navarro trying hard to fight off.
Getting closer and closer here. McGowan just trying to use his strength to get that left shoulder down. Still looking, nothing called. Navarro trying to use the leverage of his feet just to keep the shoulder off, and he is for now.
Plenty of time left, but Marc Anthony might need to adjust his position a little bit, maybe slide out to a headlock, a traditional headlock, and you see him inching over towards that way.
He's getting a little bit of an adjustment here.
Oh, it's getting close.
Still looking with just under a half minute to go.
Wow.
I mean, Navarro, he's doing his best here.
He's fighting really hard. Wow, he fought off. That was a great fight from Navarro.
That will save a point, as 4 on the near fall will lead to the running time point, as long as it's no escape here, to become a 7-minute tech fall for Marc Anthony McGowan over Dedrick Navarro. But we see exactly why McGowan is nationally ranked. A dominant performance.
Started off strong. That's how Princeton wants to set the tone for this duel, for sure.
McGowan with 4 takedowns, and then the near fall for 4 points, as well as the riding time advantage.
And that's what you really like to see out of McGowan here, as he's continuing to build momentum on this season. He started kind of picking up the pace a little later in the season, I'd say, last year. And so I think key for him would be really starting strong and building momentum and scoring points. And so he did that and set the pace for this match.
It'll be Sean Speidel coming up next for Northwestern, but we see exactly what Marc Anthony McGowan did to earn the victory